subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
Hi, my name is Amomide, an actor from Nigeria, and culture means earth, motherland, Africa, originality, and culture is the essence of our being, the togetherness, the oneness, the community, the society that we're from, and we should always celebrate that. So, yes, whatever it is, if you're African, go back to Africa and connect to your source. Thank you.
She immediately said, "Where you from?" It's Yoruba. Well, I knew you were Nigerian. I just didn't know what tribe.
Really? I don't know.
Information. Yeah.
I'm Southern.
By way of Georgia. This, a thong?
I'm not sure who's over Essence right now, but get somebody else to do it. Give it back to whoever used to have it. 2025 at the convention center was garbage. A lot of space, very few vendors, and I've been going to Essence a long time. I've never seen it like this. Used to be one of the best places to go to support small black businesses. That was not the case this year. I definitely hope it gets better because this was not it at all.
All right, we in the building. Oh, we in the building. We in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause for you. Much respect, everybody. We're doing the tap in. Glad to have you guys tuning in. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can give me a retweet while folks are coming in the room, that would be absolutely phenomenal. Hope you guys had a great week so far. I hope you have been positive and constructive. And I hope you've gotten a lot of things accomplished, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going to chop it up heavy like we always do. And before we get started, let me shout out some of the regulars in here. I see a lot of people coming in the room early. We got Jalon. We got Ice Cole, Annex, Michael. What's your name? Katie. That's Katie. Ty Powell. We got the real Tamara. We got Laura. We got Sir Mike. The Black Receipt. Grinds TV. Jones, Hoodoo, Media Rights. Stephanie, Rashonda, Cyber Regina. The legendary Red Joker, Black Alpha, Brother Wayne, Gretzky's sister from Detroit, Queen Mother Empress. We have Mr. Kurt. We have the Tethernator in the building. Respect to the law. Man, a lot of stuff we're going to hit on, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of stuff we're going to hit on. Family, a lot of people are talking about the Essence Fest. People are talking a lot about the Essence Fest and how attendance this year was noticeably down. The attendance for the Essence Fest in New Orleans wasn't popping like it usually is. And it was down all across the board. A lot of people are saying that the Essence Fest fell off hard this year. People are saying that the vendors were kind of pulling out. The attendance was way lower. I'm seeing some of the hotels. The percentage was down about hotel bookings. It was a sister. I saw her make a video saying how the city, usually with the Essence Fest, is kind of packed in the city. It wasn't like that this time. So it's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Now, why are people saying that Essence fell off? Well, I put up a picture earlier. It was somebody with some food. They had a plate talking about they're having a jambalaya versus jollof contest. That Essence. Oh goodness. Well, that's part of the problem. I saw another video, some African lady there. She was up there talking about what was she saying? Everybody, if you're African, we all need to go to Africa. And man, listen. Right now, there is a major delineation movement. People think this thing is a game. Family, the delineation movement is very real right now. And we got to unpack why Essence ain't really doing the numbers it's supposed to be doing. Well, number one, we know that Essence now is ran by a lot of non FBAs. The woman who's the editor in chief now, she's Kenyan. So again, Essence has been kind of declining for a minute. They get a lot of these non FBAs up here, and then they try to do these Pan African themed um, vibes, and it's not clicking like that because a lot of people feel that it's cultural erasure. Listen, Essence, that was created to celebrate the foundational Black American experience, not really a Pan-African thing. Essence, the Essence Festival was really originally a celebration to celebrate foundational Black American womanhood, music, resilience, cultural excellence. And now they've been really hard body trying to shift the narrative into a generalized African or Pan Caribbean theme. And that just, to be honest, it dilutes the core identity and it alienates the original base. Let's be real, man. Foundational Black American audiences, we don't really relate to these foreign centered messagings. We just don't. That's why y'all notice some of these TV shows that they put out, we don't really rock with them. Why? They get a bunch of non FBAs to play roles where they're acting like FBAs and it just don't hit different. I mean, it don't hit the same. It don't hit the same. Y'all remember they did that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air I've never seen it. I just never had a desire to see it. There's a bunch of non-FBAs in there. You're just not feeling it. Look, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the original one, it was the Will Smith show. Foundational Black American. You tuned in to see Will Smith. This reboot thing, I don't know what that is. That's not no. And remember, they tried to do a cartoon about good times, and that was tethered up, and that they immediately took that off the air. That thing was horrible. So we just don't we don't relate to that messaging. That a lot of these folks, man, they try to cosplay as us, and you you don't have the same wit. The same charm. There's a certain vibe that we have that we can kind of relate to. I'm not saying that there are no talented people. There, let me be fair. Let me be very fair. There's foreign, non-FBA, African and Caribbean actors and entertainers that I like. Idris Elba. I love Idris Elba as an actor. I think he's a great guy. I think he's a great actor. I loved him in The Wire. I like Idris Elba. There's other people that I like. I give credit where credit is due. I give credit where credit is due. I like Zoe Saldana. I think she's a great actress. I think she's a phenomenal actress. I just when she jumped up there winning that Academy Award, and all of a sudden she turned into goddamn Rosie Perez. She became super Latina. I kind of side-eyed that, but I think she's a good actress. But boy, when she won that award after playing FBAs all her career, adios míos, I am a Latina. I love Goya powder. Okay, okay. Well, she turned into damn Jennifer Lopez on stage. Okay, all right. Okay. But like I said, man, look, um, when the Essence branding is just getting too foreign, it comes off as inauthentic and performative. It's not celebratory. It looks funny style. And also in New Orleans, listen, it's not an inclusive thing. People are now looking at this whole Africanizing and Caribbeanizing of the culture, not as some type of global come together kumbaya aesthetic. It's looking like a covert takeover and a covert erasure. Y'all remember when Essence, I put up this video that Essence did not too long ago talking about New Orleans. I think they were trying to promote the Essence Fest, and they were talking about New Orleans is the north part of the Caribbean. And I said, nah, 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 nah. See, they're really trying to push that BS. Not only is that offensive to foundational Black Americans in general, that's offensive to the brothers and sisters of New Orleans. They don't like that. And they have said very loudly, they don't like that. They're like, we ain't no damn Caribbean. They're not. And they should not be disrespected as such. The Caribbean don't have the same vibe. And no disrespect to the Caribbean, you got your own thing, but you ain't New Orleans. New Orleans is New Orleans. You can't cosplay a whole city. What the hell what trying to do? That's disrespectful to the brothers and sisters of New Orleans. Don't put them in the Caribbean category. Look, no disrespect to the Caribbean. I've been to some of these Caribbean spots. They don't have that same FBA charm and wit and warmth and hospitality as our New Orleans brothers and sisters. There's a reason. I tell you, I'm in New Orleans all the time. There's a vibe down there that folks just don't have, and damn sure not the Caribbean. And no disrespect. There's some places in the Caribbean that's cool. There's some places that are kind of funny style, like the Virgin Islands. I ain't never going back there. I hated the Virgin Islands. They were so stank. Well, they had such a crappy attitude and just it was like a low-key resentment of FBAs there. I really didn't like the Virgin Islands. Yeah. So yeah, places like you can't compare yourself to no New Orleans. You see. See, New Orleans has deep FBA roots. They're not Caribbean. Yeah. You're being tone deaf when you try to do that. New Orleans is a foundational Black American stronghold. You know, their lineage goes back deep. Their lineage goes back to the damn Black Indians. All right. That's why they celebrate those Black Mardi Gras Indians during Mardi Gras. There's a reason why they do that. Yeah. Man. And a lot of the vendors, they weren't rocking with it. Um, a lot of people in our culture, we don't need to be filtered through foreign lenses. You know, we don't need validation through, foreign garments and Afrobeat remixes and imported ideologies. A lot of FBAs feel like their style, their speech, and their struggle is really being exploited, yeah, for a more marketable part of blackness, which isn't that marketable at all. And a lot of people felt like Essence is losing that family reunion vibe. That's a Black experience thing. From HBCUs to church culture to the civil rights legacy. That family reunion vibe, people felt like it wasn't there. Now they say it feels like a diasporic networking expo. A lot of people kept saying that it just didn't have the same soul. Yeah, it didn't have the same soul. People were saying it felt like a multi-level marketing scam meeting up there or something. It just didn't feel right. It is not hitting. You know what I'm saying? It ain't hitting like it used to. You see, when we think of Essence, man, back in the day, we thought of Frankie Beverly. Frankie Beverly would perform down there all the time, and that was a vibe. You know, and not so much now. So we got to understand that there's a different energy right now. And let me tell you something. People better read the room. There's a delineation movement right now. People are centering our foundational Black American heritage. We're holding that up high. We're not running away from that. We ain't trying to throw that to the side for some one-sided Pan-Africanism. No, we're giving props and praise to our lineage. That's the new vibe, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let me get some calls from the family. Y'all raise your hand. We do have a lot of folks in here. We do have a lot of folks in here. Let's get on Wakil Lorenzo. Wakil Lorenzo, hop on in. What's up, Nikki the God? I see you down there. Wakil, what's up, Wakil? Wakil, unmute your microphone, brother.
Oh, okay. Pardon self. What's going
I'm
on?
good, man.
Can you hear
I
me?
can hear you, man. What's going on? What's on your mind?
Hey, so I wanted to say that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad kind of predicted the advent of FBA.
Mm-hmm.
Like in a lot of his writings, he was giving props, but not only that, just wanting Black Americans and putting Black Americans on a pedestal and it's saying that the black man was God, but the black people in America would free all the black people in the world.
Mm.
So yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, he absolutely was. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, you know what? What's interesting? People always try to talk about Malcolm X, especially the tethers that try to bring up Malcolm X. Well, do you think Malcolm would like all this FBA shit, nigga? Do you think he would like you to call us Mosti? And they like to do all that stuff. But listen, Malcolm's teacher, Elijah Muhammad was very pro FBA, just like this brother called and said. Elijah Muhammad was big time pro FBA. Elijah Muhammad was not a Pan Africanist. In fact, Elijah Muhammad was kind of warning foundational Black Americans about marrying and getting with foreign Black people. Did y'all know that? Y'all go look at some of the writings of Elijah Muhammad. He was low key kind of warning people, especially people within the Nation of Islam, telling them, hey, kind of be cautious if you're gonna, you're trying to marry some Africans and this, that. He was warning people. Y'all go really study Elijah Muhammad. He was not a Pan-Africanist at all. Eh? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he understood how unique our lineage was here. He understood what we meant here as foundational Black Americans. He knew that. And then when people talk about Malcolm and even other civil rights leaders, they talk about, Malcolm, he was reaching out to Africa and Malcolm was doing this and, Malcolm would not like you niggas. Listen, let me tell you about Malcolm. Malcolm died before a lot of the tethers came over here. Let's just get that shit straight. All right? Malcolm was killed before a lot of y'all undermining musty tethers start coming over here with that bullshit. All right? Y'all weren't over here yet. All right? Y'all want to get real? The bushmeat barristers and all them and the Myron Gaines, y'all weren't over here yet. All right, so Malcolm didn't get to experience y'all assholes like we do. And he wouldn't like it. Because listen, Malcolm was all about global unity. It was based on mutual respect. Malcolm believed that if there was a global solidarity with Black people rooted in mutual respect, everybody would benefit. So he wanted alliances with African nations, going against the colonialism that was going on at the time. You see? So he wasn't with no disrespect or no displacement, none of that stuff. He wasn't gonna sit up here and die for people to come over here and exploit his legacy. Because remember that mass influx of immigrants came over after he, like literally right after he died. Malcolm died in 65, and that Immigration Act bill was passed in 65. That increased non-European immigration over here. So Malcolm wasn't dealing with today's Candace Owens and the Myron Gaines and the Bushmeat Bear. He wasn't dealing with that. Malcolm was not dealing with that at all, and he would not like it. He would call it out, and people like Khalid Muhammad called it out. Oh, you better look at the teachings of Khalid Muhammad. He called that shit all the way out. Even when we go over to visit Africa, he called out. He was like, "Yeah, we went to Nigeria and they acted real funny style. We over there all happy and they acting real strange to us. Yeah, you better cut that out." So yeah, they were calling that out. Many people in the Nation of Islam was calling out that weird behavior. Yeah. And listen, Malcolm X was rooted in the FBA experience. And his support for Africa was about empowerment, not replacement. Yeah. So Malcolm wasn't dealing with these tethers now where back in the what days? I would say 10 years ago. Remember when we couldn't get cabs before Uber and all of the ride share apps before the ride share apps? Remember we Black folks couldn't get a cab? Don't forget who was driving them damn cabs. Don't ever forget that. All right? when we go to places like New York and DC and places all on the East Coast, and we're standing out in the cold waiting forever for a damn cab to pick us up, and they go past us and get white folks. These was tethers driving these cabs. Don't ever forget that. Yeah, Malcolm wouldn't like that. You see, Malcolm wouldn't like being called an Akata. You understand? See, Malcolm didn't have to deal with that. So I don't let no tether sit up here and talk about what would Malcolm do and what would Martin Luther King. No, don't do that. They weren't dealing with this new crop. When the one or two, we had a handful of black immigrants at the time over here around 65, over in the 60s, 50s, 40s, stuff like that. It was a handful, but many of them were riders for the most part. You had to be a rider because you didn't have no immigrant enclave to post up. You had to post up around FBA, so you had to get your damn mind right. You understand? So yeah, you got to check people on that stuff. All right, let me get some more people in here. Supreme, let's get DJ Supreme in the building. DJ Supreme, hop on in. Mr. Supreme.
What's happening, Tariq? How you doing, my guy?
I'm good. Supreme, how you doing, brother?
I don't know if you remember, you used to be on my radio show back in the day when I was in Texas. So salute to you. I appreciate the work you're doing, my bro.
Did we go down to the station in person, or did I used to call in?
Nah, I used to be on the phone. We used to be taking callers, giving dating advice, all that. Matter of fact, I introduced you to Taz Daddy.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's been a while. Okay.
Yeah, it's been a minute. This was like 08, 09, maybe, like when I was out in Amarillo, Texas. But salute to you and all the work you're doing. I like what you were saying about the Essence Fest because it's like the corporations have taken that over and making it something that it never was. And people ain't feeling it. Like, plain and simple, people not feeling that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I heard it's real dry now, man. I heard it's real dry, and the people just ain't rocking out like with it no more.
Yeah, the whole vibe was off. I went last year. I was out there DJing, and it was just real weird, like real weird. It was the Afro Beats Festival, pretty much.
Oh yeah, Lord.
Every song remixed with the Afro Beats behind it. That's not what people came out here for.
Real shit, man. Damn. Now, you still in Texas, by the way?
No, I'm actually in Cincinnati. I was just on a syndicated radio show a couple of months ago. I don't even want to say her name, but she's your she's anti Tariq, definitely. But I was her co-host for a minute on the show, and it was funny because your name came up on there one time, and oh my god, I know you know who I'm talking about.
I don't. It's so many of them. I don't know which one is it.
Y'all got the same birthday.
Shit, that's hard. Shit. Because she's most likely she's a Democrat shill.
Yes.
Let me see. Shit, I don't know who. It's so many of them, man. Damn.
I don't even want to say her name because I know this will probably go viral.
What's the initials? What's her initials?
AS.
Oh Lord, yeah, God. Lord. Oh yeah, I know.
Your name came up one time, and I'm like, "Yo, that's my guy." So I mean, I don't go back and forth, with people like that. But I thought it was hilarious. I'm like, "Yo, that's my man right there." Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, I already know. But yeah, my man. But thank you so much, Preem. I appreciate you, brother.
Yeah.
But yeah, he talking about she's the tether. All right. Yeah, she's a damn tether. So that's what it is. All right.
I can dig it. I'm on my way.
Where you going, Rootwork Jones?
There's some musty suckers on the streets. I got to go handle that. I got to split, baby. Can you dig it?
When you need to clean the stank off the streets, you don't call your mama. You call Rootwork Jones. Rootwork Jones is a stone cold dude that keeps the stanky suckers shaking in their boots.
Listen up, chumps. I'm looking for Dolomus. Can you dig it?
Rootwork Jones is getting down to the nitty-gritty, taking on the mustiest sucker in the city.
Dolomust is my name. and staying good and musty is my game. Where is Rootwork Jones?
This is a super soul brother getting rid of the stank. And you can for sure take that to the bank.
Take that, you musty jive turkeys.
When Rootwork Jones is not dealing with drama, he finds time to deal with foxy mamas.
Why don't you come on over here and give me some of that root work, sugar?
Rootwork Jones. He's bold, he's bad, and he's keeping the suckers musty mad. Rootwork Jones coming to a theater near you. Go to rootworkstyle.com.